behalf of the Red Pond Educational and Psychological Research Center and Yellow Pond Counseling Center, I am Dr. Chandra, welcoming you for today's workshop on stress management. It's going to be a 3 days workshop, as you all know, and it's going to be between 4 and 5:30 p.m. in the evening. And happy to have you all here. So me, I have my PhD in agriculture, and I have experiences in both scientific and in social projects. And I'm also a budding learner of psychology. I've attended two courses, webinars, and workshops related to the psychological topics. And today I'm here to be a resource person to you on the topic stress management through lifestyle strategies. Can anyone please define what is lifestyle? Just a few words of what you know about lifestyle. Are you with me? If I don't have a response, I don't understand whether I am audible to you or not. Okay. It has put way of living is lifestyle. Good. Any other responses do we have? So we kindly encourage you to participate in the workshop. You all know that workshop works out better if it's more participatory and more engaging. So from our side, we are going to try our best to make it more engaging, and we request you all to participate. Is my voice breaking? To all of you, Hari says my voice is breaking. Is that the same to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
How about now? Can you hear me? Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Hari, for letting me know. And so kindly participate and do talk or send your messages in the chat box. We would be able to see. So Hari has said like lifestyle is a way of living. Yes, you're right, Hari. It is about how healthy and the best way to live one's life is the lifestyle. So here I'm going to share my presentation. You can see. Can you see it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So from now on, I will not be able to see all of you. So kindly do respond so that I will understand I'm in pace with you or not. The lifestyle, we're going to discuss about what is stress. And we all know that stress is a response that we react to certain things that's happening in our lives. And also, we have to agree that stress is not only bad, it is also good at times because it gives motivation or challenge to handle something in a better way. So a limited amount of stress is really good to keep us going and help us moving forward. And as we know, cortisol and adrenaline are the stress hormones. So what is more important to be stress-free is endorphins. They are the healthy hormones that keeps you more, peaceful, satisfied, and happy. Whereas cortisols and adrenalines are rushed up into the blood when you really feel stressed. What it does to your body. When there is stress, cortisol is secreted in your blood pressure increases, and in erratic heart rates, and sometimes it even leads to depression and many other symptoms which are really hard to heal. Consequences of stress, as I told you, when the stress hormones are being released into the blood, after the blood pressure is being increased, it is not only affecting our heart rates, it's also affecting our eating habits, sleeping habits, and also the imbalance in the blood sugar levels. So the total physiology and the metabolism of the body gets affected. It even leads to avoiding responsibilities, and also it is not allowing us to fight off illness. Term stress. So when we're talking about stress, there are two different types of stress. It's short term and long term. Short term stress is like that happens in our everyday life, it comes and goes. But the long term stress is something that is over a long period of time that exists in your body, which can even lead to heart attacks, and also it can lead to depression. So it is always important to listen to what your body signals and understand what the stress is and what the triggers are or what the stressors are, and you have to listen to them and just react to it, so that let us take some necessary remedies or steps to avoid it becoming a long-term stress. About stress that we have discussed, and it is about a healthy lifestyle. As Harry said, life is about the way of living. So, what are the constituents that is composed to have a healthy lifestyle? It is about the diet we eat, and it is about exercising or having some regular physical activities, and it is about having regulated quantities of caffeine and sugar in our diets. We all know that having cigarettes or alcohol, other kinds of drugs are really not good to the body. They're going to really boost up the cortisol hormone, which is stress hormone, and it's going to affect our bodies. So sleeping pattern should never be disturbed. But in these days, because of the gadget world or the digital world, we get used to more time in gadgets, and it's affecting our eyes, brain, and overall our sleep patterns are getting disturbed. So it is important to have a break and have your own time for doing something really nice that you really like to do. And if there is stress that you can't help out by yourself, there is no harm in asking your friend or family, something whom you can trust, and you can ask for their help to de-stress. Breathing, as we all know that breathing is a part of our life. Without breathing, nobody can survive. But are we doing deep breathing as a part of our breathing habit? It's a big question, because deep breathing will definitely help us stay concentrated, focused, and keep our body and mind in coordination. Whenever there is a problem, we have also to reframe the problem, not just think something which is not existing. Perspective thinking, please react to the situation what really exists. Do not think bigger than what it is actually. Of all the healthy lifestyles that we have discussed in this slide, I would like to suggest you a tip to remember: focus on the basics. We are having aims, goals, ambitions in our career, in our personal and professional life. That's all okay. Only if we have a healthy body and mind, we can achieve all those. So without focusing on the basics, food and sleep, whatever steps we are going to take, we are going to feel so stressful, and our productivity is going to really come down, and that will make you feel more stressed than what it should be. So please remember to focus on the basics in everyday life. We were talking about reframing the problem, what it is actually. Instead of just reframing the problem, I think it is better to reframe the outlook, that is, looking at something in a different perspective. So when somebody is really strong in their thoughts or behavior, instead of looking at them as a stubborn thing, you can think they are determined. Instead of looking someone as a stingy person, you can think it's a thrifty. It's a better way of looking something, so that you feel better in your mind than feeling more stressed. So when someone is really quiet, instead of thinking that they are shy, we can say they're quiet and calm. So this slide is to tell you, instead of having a negative outlook on something, it is always better to think something positively, so that you feel little stress. I mean, there is no stress or slightly stressed, than thinking something bigger and bigger than what actually exists. I keep repeating this because in our everyday life, stress is a part of everyone's life. Everyone have to come across it. It is how we react to it. That is the most important thing that we have to care for. And that is a part of our lifestyle as well. So instead of, blowing out things, it is always better to see it in a little size, so that you have a better perspective in dealing with it. Can we avoid stress? Yeah, it's a good question. And my answer would be, it's difficult to avoid stress, because it is not just one factor that causes you the stress, but there are factors and there are ways that you can eliminate stress. So what can we do? Here are some of the tips that we can try to avoid stress. So avoid people who make you stressed, okay? Stay away from the negative thinking. Stay away from negative people. Don't talk about things that really upset you. Don't keep on discussing things that really bothers you. Try to stay away from it. And most of the people are very interested in talking about politics, games like cricket and whatever. It is highly debatable. It is not just one view kept on these topics. So if you're not really comfortable with talking about topics, do not argue, just stay away from that. And you have to be very good in managing your time so that you don't have the last minute stress, planning with time. It is no way different that everyone have 24 hours in a day. And if you plan your time rightly, it is more than enough. If we practice it, we can still believe more than what we think. So it is important to manage our time and avoid the last minute tension and, just hurrying up hastily doing things, all that we can avoid. So these are the simple things that we can start up with to avoid stress. Think positively. So staying away from negative people, staying away from negative things also includes staying away from negative thoughts. Whatever exists, we always encourage to look at the brighter side of the situation. We look for the hope, instead of feeling it is not possible, we can always think for the hopeful situation. And we have to always attempt or try our best to change challenges into opportunities and grow with it. So it is important to reflect what causes you the stress and you learn from the experience or the mistakes that has happened in a particular situation. That will definitely help us to think positively. So we are going to discuss about some of the easy, possible and effective lifestyle strategies that would definitely help us in managing our stress and getting relieved. It talks about the exercises and other physical activities. We all know that exercise has to be our routine. Most of us be ambitious to do it. We desire to have it. We're passionate doing it. But are we doing it regularly is a question mark again. So because when it comes to exercise, it's not just the exercise that you do as a proper workout. It also involves other physical activities that you can do. So it involves the household chores, or it involves a brisk walking or jogging or running. So whatever, it can regulate your hormones and it can relieve the negative part of the, of the stress and can give a better effect or a comfort to your body. So though not aiming to 30 minutes every day, you can have like 30 minutes 2 times or 3 times in a week. Have time for a physical activity, especially so that you feel de-stressed. Thing that I have learned about circuit training in the recent days, because it was one of my daughter's assignments we had in their online schooling. So, I don't know how many of you are aware about the circuit training. Is anyone in the group aware of the circuit training? Do you know what it is? Are you aware?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay. So circuit training is it seems a new word to us, but it exists. It is a circuit of exercise. For example, there are 6 to 7 exercises that you choose to do, and you start with one and end up with the same thing and keep repeating it in circuits. This is circuit training. For example, this picture here shows you the press ups, burpees, skipping, squats, and shuttle run. So you can choose some of these and you start with the press ups and you end up in a press ups again. So what it does actually, you don't have to have a special workout to fit in your routine, but instead, if you can spend some 8 to 10 minutes in a day to do this, it has given a strong effect on your cardiovascular fitness. So the research shows that circuit training strengthens your cardiovascular fitness and it decreases somatization, anxiety, depression, and hostility. So this is something different that you can try, and it's really interesting when we try together in our family. So the next one is Pilates. So Pilates is also a kind of physical exercise. It is more like yoga, which includes your mind concentration on the exercises, which gives you a sense of calmness and stress relief. The common effect that somebody can have because of stress is your back pain. That means the pressure on your spinal cord or the neck pain that you have. So when Pilates is carried out, you can strengthen your core muscles because Pilates helps in increasing the endorphin hormone, which in turn results in keeping you a peaceful situation or in a euphoric situation. You feel more satisfied. Pilates can be carried out with or without equipment. So circuit training or the Pilates are the recent things that I have learned, and I thought of sharing this with you, which could be different to try. And also, you don't have to spend so much of time in doing the physical activity. and articles. Okay, we are reading books, we are reading notes, we are doing everyday work. How it's really stressful, ma'am, to read lots of notes and do something like that. Yeah. So reading your academic notes might be a little bit stressful. How to relieve your stress? Read some fiction books, something really narrative, so that you feel really concentrated on that story or on that reading, and you feel de-stressed. How do you feel de-stressed? Not just stop with reading a book. You have to spend some time, a little time, on thinking what have you read, and you stimulate your thinking process on it, which will last in your memory for longer time, and that will occupy a better space in the memory and not crowded with thoughts that makes you feel stressed. So in this way, reading a fiction book is proved to be stress reliever. Sleep well, and as I keep insisting wherever I talk, it is important to have a compulsory 7 to 8 hours of sleep in a day. And most of us know that the sleep hormones or any other hormones or enzyme starts working between 11 and 3 in the night. But we can question ourselves, are we sleeping at that time? If the answer is no, I think it is a serious thing that has to be taken care of. A good sleep, adequate sleep, a peaceful deep sleep will make better and many, many nice changes in our lives. If you have not experienced before, just try it out and then you will feel what miracle can it bring. We all know sleep is important. We all know it does the magic. But I think it's high time to experience that magic in our own lives. Well, okay, here are some of the foods. It's more Western, isn't it? Salami, sausages, pasta, spaghetti, and cheese. Okay, it's really good, healthy, and balanced in a way. So, wherever you are, whatever food you eat, it is important to concentrate on a healthy pattern. So, nowadays, junk food is popping up, and people are becoming crazy about eating it. And you must have heard about Virudhunagar incident that's happening in Tamil Nadu. A lot of people have died because of heart attack, and the research has shown that it is because of eating parotas. I know most of you must be aware of parota, and most of our favorites are parotas. But we know it is not good for health. But the tongue buds, the taste buds, it's a temptation that we tend to eat more parotas, which is not really good for health. And most of the people have suffered heart attacks. And the recent news is from Virudhunagar district of Tamil Nadu. Kindly pay attention. It is up to you to choose what do you eat, but my request is eat something really healthy and take care of yourself. Alcohol. When we think about the word alcohol, what comes to our mind is like, in movies or in serials or in whatever real life situation it is, people say that if I have some alcohol, I really feel stressed. I mean, relieved, de-stressed, isn't it? Stressed out, not relieved out of stress. Yeah, in a way, it is proven that alcohol can release some hormones in your body, which makes you feel more comfortable and keeps you at ease. But it is just a temporary effect. When we start consuming alcohol at a longer run, we all know that alcohol is not at all good. It's going to affect your brain, and it will disrupt all the, cognitive functioning in our body. And, cognitive functioning is majorly related with stress. It's about how do you react and what do you think about certain things. So alcohol is really not. Walking in outdoors. So how different walking in outdoors makes you stress free? So greenness, green things, greeneries will make you feel more peaceful. And when you go outdoors, you really don't think about something that's happening inside your mind or inside your family or something. When you go outside to walk, you see a lot of people, you see a lot of different things that keeps your mind deviating and that helps you free from stress. Take a bath. Okay, this is a normal routine that we do every day, but how does it help is like when you put some body, it really eases your tension, it relaxes your muscles, it keeps you comfortable. So it is also proven that having a warm bath when you feel stressed really helps you in coming out of your anger, anxiety, and whatever bad feeling you have. Just give it a try. I have tried. Whenever you have a small fight with your friend or with your family and your mind is full of that, just go to have a bath, relax, and you will be definitely out of it. By the time you come out of the shower, you're out of the stress as well. It really works out. Listening to music. We have our own favorite songs, favorite music directors, favorite musicians, either it be instrumental or lyrical, whatever. Having music as a part of your life is more, energetic, motivating, enthusiastic. In our family routine, we have 30 minutes of music every day, and we are following it over years. It really helps, especially the melody songs before going to bed. Kindly don't go for heavy beat songs because it disturbs your sleep before to sleep. So go for melodious songs, 3 or 4 songs that will create magic in your sleeping pattern as well. TV show, watch really something nice, really good, that keeps you happy. Sitting quietly, it's difficult for most of us, but it also does magics and miracles in your life to stress free. Because when you sit quietly, we try to focus on our own breathing pattern, and that focus and concentration will definitely pay an effort in bringing you out of stress. Went out. As I told you earlier, it is always important to speak out the stress. Do it by yourself, and you have many therapies and techniques in psychology that you can, the Gestalt therapy or whatever it is, or just go in your room, shut it, keep it dark, talk whatever you want, just come out of the room, you feel stress free. We keep talking about this since ages, but it is in our hands and it is our choice to keep a balance between our work and personal life. It's just changing shoes. Put your shoes out when you are from work and wear your own slippers inside your home. That means to say, change them, change your mind in situation wherever you are. That helps you better. Meditate. Yeah, meditation and yoga also playing a very important role that helps you focus, and it keeps your body, mind in coordination, and it's also about the soul that makes you feel really good. Spend time in nature. Whenever I talk about this slide, it's so close to me because spending time in nature is the best thing or the best blessing I've ever had in my life. I should say. And spending time with nature, you listen to the trees, you listen to the birds, you listen to whatever happens in nature, you listen to them, they talk to you, and you can respond to them. And listening to the birds singing early morning, there are no many birds in our places that sings in the morning, but if you happen to hear something, definitely don't miss it. I'm training my kids to listen to them, and they now respond very well. And we have our own garden here, so we have birds on the trees, and we listen to them chirping and singing. That's the wonderful feeling. I have my goosebumps now because I'm talking about what I'm really liking. So we are living our city life and town lives, so don't really stick to it. Kindly do spend time in villages. If you happen to go and spend time with farmers and farming, you will really see. And you know that Suresh sir is really a nature lover as well. He keeps posting messages and pictures on Facebook and social media, and it is an inspiration to most people who are watching it to go to villages, take kids to the villages, spend time there, and please try it, and then you will know what we are talking about. With friends, okay, there are 3 things that I have to talk to you. Are we having lunch at the right time? Are we having lunch with family or friends? Are we having lunch without watching TV or indulging in some other activity? So these are the 3 things that we have to care for. The best thing is to eat a healthy diet. The second best thing is to eat with family or friends. And the third thing is just concentrate on eating. Mindful eating definitely helps in removing stress. Watching movie, I know in this pandemic, it's not really good to talk about watching movie in theaters because we have to care ourselves and also the other people in the society. So let us be mindful about that. But watching movie is really, really encouraging. Watch really good movies, humor movies, or watch comedies or whatever you like. It might sound the same, but they're distinctly different. When you try it, you will feel it. Sports and games, as you all know, sports and games also form a part of the physical activity. And the researcher shows that tennis is one of the important sport and that has got a greater impact on relieving stress because more endorphins are released, especially when you play tennis. So if you have a chance, go for a new hobbies. And we have our own family, we have our own priorities to do, we have our own responsibilities that we cannot skip or avoid, but still it is about self-care. Do spend some time for yourself with a new hobby, trying out art, craft, music, cuisine, cookery, whatever you want. do spend some time. Of the 24 hours we have, just spend 30 minutes just for yourself. Be yourself. Be yourself. You want to dance crap, or you want to do singing, or whatever you want to shout, or you want to whatever you want, you do. So try out new hobbies, and that will help. So all what I have said is give time for yourself. You can try a bit of everything, and that can keep you really fun trip. We all would love to have a fun trip, but it need not be a foreign country, or it need not be somewhere far from you. Just have trip that gives you fun. Few hours away from your house with your friends or family, or to be yourself. Just have it going. Now it's important to study about the 4 A's of stress management. We have learned some effective strategies or important strategies on stress management. So it is important to understand these A's. And before to go through those A's of stress management, we have to understand the triggers of stress management. I mean, triggers of stress. So the triggers of stress can be anything. It can be people, it can be your emotional state of mind, or it can be a thing, or it can be the activity that someone does or you do yourself, or it can be a situation. So after knowing what triggers you, here are some of the steps that you can follow to manage them. So it is important to avoid unnecessary stress. I keep insisting that it's really hard to avoid stress because it's not just the one source that causes you the stress, but there are many ways to eliminate it and stay away from it. So it's important to say no to something. Don't keep saying yes to everything that you can't afford or that you can't do. And you away from people who stress you out, and take control of the situations that are really under your control. And concentrate on the essentials. Pare down to-do list is just focus on the essentials. Don't think about something that is really not in your list or not of your type. If you can't avoid it, how can we alter it? Oh yeah, it's possible. We can bring about changes. So instead of accumulating things or bottling them, it's better to express your feelings. And if you can compromise from your sides, please do it. And it is also important to keep things in balance. So in this way, you can alter the situation. Avoid, alter, and adapt. So if you can't avoid or alter, you can adapt to the situation. As we have discussed earlier, it is important to reframe a situation or a problem with a better outlook, a positive outlook. Looking at the brighter side or the bigger side of the picture, and you can compromise with your standards if it is not really going to affect you in any way. And practicing gratitude is one of the important steps in life. Being grateful is humane. So I think we have to practice that at every step of your life. So if we can't alter or adapt, the final step is accept it. So don't try for things that you can't control. Just be yourself. Instead of trying to change things that you can't, better to change ourselves with a better perspective, with a heart to forgive people, and with a better sharing, we can avoid stress. So avoid, alter, adapt, and accept are the 4 important A's you have to remember. So finally, we have got tips for stress management in a nutshell. And you see that it's important to understand our stress. It all depends on the habits or the attitude or the excuses that you pick up. And it is important to identify the sources that causes you the stress. You can maintain a stress journal for that. After identifying, you have to know from where the signal comes that creates the stress. And it is important to identify the stress strategy and implement the healthy strategies. Don't go for something that is not really nice. Self-care, as we keep insisting, wherever you are, whatever you are, please do spend time for yourself. Though not so much, just a little. Speak out and stay safe. Stay away from stress. So what is stress inoculation? It is about the psychological resilience that a person can possess. What happens when you are at a higher side of the stress? Your brain tries to fight the stress, and if you can still withstand that stress and fight out, every time you face a higher amount of stress or whatever stress you face, your brain has activated that kind of pattern in your mind that you will be able to fight that stress again and again. This is called stress inoculation. It is more about your psychological resilience. The nice things to end up with my presentation now. So stress is not always bad. A good amount of stress really gives you a good effect, especially in cognitive functioning. It is not the stress that kills us, it is our reaction to it. So it is not the load that breaks you down, it's the way you carry it. Our goal for life is to be happy. Everyone wants to be happy. We don't want to carry burden, but it is not completely possible to avoid or ignore it. It is important to manage it. So if you want to live a simple life, a stress-free life, then don't worry about a lot of things. Be simple, have perspective thinking, and be happy. So we have got two choices, to practice stress or to practice peace. The choice is yours. So I think you would choose to practice peace. And of all the strategies we have today, I hope something will be of use to you. And this is all about the lifestyle we have to think, explore, and live. So this is about me. I told you about myself in the beginning of my presentation. So I've got some experiences both in scientific and in social projects. Suresh Kumar sir, all of us know about him, and thank you Suresh sir for this nice opportunity that you have given to me today, and that's my session today. If you have got any doubts, do ask me. It is open for discussion. Thank you very much.
Hello, ma'am. Ma'am, yeah, ma'am. You said stress journal, no, ma'am. There is identify the sources of the source of the stress. So, how to write the stress journal, ma'am? Is there any workouts? Are there any? Are you having? Is there any format?
Ma'am, there is a format for making a stress journal. After this workshop, we will circulate that to you in the group. And I think if you can answer some of the questions that is listed out in that questionnaire, you will be able to find a way to make a journal for stress, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
It is all about what causes you the stress, what are the triggers or what are the stressors, what steps have you taken in managing them. It's all about that. Definitely, we have some set of questions that can help you in making your stress journal, ma'am. We'll keep sharing you in the group today.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, thank you.
Subha ma'am and Suresh sir, if you would like to contribute something for today's session, we would be more glad to listen, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Chandra, for the wonderful session, and I could see the the level of preparation in the slides and as well as in the content. Really glad you touched upon all the aspects of the strategy to relax, and I only wish all the participants kindly take a note of, and whichever is suitable for you, you would have really tried in your lifetime so many things, because it is not something certain things are new, but in certain aspects you would have been exposed to first time now. So those aspects you can try, and which is suitable for you, whichever is convenient, as well as which is working out for you is very important. So kindly to practice and also to teach others. So I don't have much to talk about as I am in college right now. So all the best, all the best, all the best.
Yes. Can you able to hear me, Dr. Chandra?
Yes, sir, you're very clear, sir.
Okay. I think I had one more meeting earlier, so that's why we shifted that order. Actually, I have to begin, then it must come that lifestyle strategy. Anyhow, I will join with you. As I said, we are going to have a more activity. Before that, I would like to make a comment about Dr. Chandra. I was there that around 20, nearly 20 slides. Connected with that component is really nice, Chandra. And I can see that it is an interactive workshop, means it must be more interactive. I can, the participants, you all feel free to contact the resource persons. And I can say that, and I think when I'm going to make an this data, when I take the data and you can start only one clinic, stress management clinic alone, you will have an adequate patients. And then it is around how many slides, you know, the 62 facts are there. And then I just consolidated and I come up with only 24 data. And the 24 data reveals that stress management alone need more number of professionals. And there are many people, we can say that now. For example, general physician, they will give treatment for all the problem. But there are specialists like ortho doctor and cardiologist. Likewise, there are many specialists are here, and such a people are needed for stress management also. And when you know that fact, and if you know that, and the different approaches for managing stress, I think you have that. What I can say that you have the confidence to give contribution to the society through which you can enhance your livelihood also. One thing is about why we are done. I think you all may aware about me. I do share my presentation, but some of the content I won't send in the general public. Like, for example, optimism, karma, and stress management, and certain component I will give only to that the needy and selected populations alone, like in such a workshop. Why? You may ask why. The reason is I would like to tell you here. For stress management alone, we are having different approaches. And for example, the things what you know is an granny therapy and home remedies, and that proper psychotherapeutic techniques, and that contemporary. There are many researchers are upcoming and they are come up with a lot of interesting strategies to overcome the stress. And so I would like to have an without, for example, if you have one aspects, and if it is not successful, we feel more uncomfortable, and we may not feel that more confident enough to deal with the stress. But if you know that, okay, one strategy I'm having which is not working, and you list out that, yes, I'm having the 5 strategy, that will help me to overcome not only mine, and I will help my client and my family members and other friends to overcome the stress. So that confidentiality will get it from the session. And I think I would like to give a break for now. Okay. So what is the time now? It is on 4:44 from my side. Okay. You can take a 15 minutes break. So you can walk, you can switch on or off, whatever it may be. I'm going to play on music. You listen that. After 15 minutes, at 5, we will begin the session. So I will start that. I can assure you there are 3 to 4 activities for stress management, and you will understand that what is stress for practical way. Just think about it. I am a first standard student. I don't know what is stress. Okay, you have to explain to me now. So for that also there are 1 activities there, and then we'll come to know there are many activities we are going to learn at 5. So up to that you can listen to music. I will play a music just a minute, and you can take a rest. And would you like to ask more any questions to Dr. Chandra? You can go ahead now. Chandra, I think you're done well. Very good.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. With all your support, I'm okay with it, sir. Sir, I would like to contribute 2 important things to the stress management thing that I have personally experienced, sir. To the participants I'm talking, sorry. First thing is, if you want to try something really new, and if you're, I mean, self-discipline is important to try out anything in life, okay? So if you're not able to try something on your own, just do it with your friends or in a group. That is one suggestion I would say. And number 2, if you want to feel free talk out, you just talk to a kid. It have not to be our own kid. We can talk to any kid. And you know that the childhood thing that definitely heals our stress, that I have personally experienced. And number 3 is, if you want to start learning anything as exercise or something as a beginner, learn it properly and do it. So it don't have to be really systematic or a well planned thing. but it is important to do it rightly. These three things I wanted to share with you as a part of my presentation. So I'm done. Please do try that way. And if you want to share some thoughts on stress management, or you have any special way to do it, or any experience you would like to share, you're most welcome to do now. Dear participants, I understand online mode is really comfortable for you to study from wherever you are. But as Sir and the other resource persons keeps insisting, without your participation, the workshop can't happen. So it is cross learning and mutual learning. Okay. So try your best to share something from your side as well, so that the other people also can learn from you. Small or big, we are fine with it. Thank you. Any feedback about my session at least? Bluetooth mode. Okay, sir, we don't hear the music actually. Voice and disturbance.
clinical psychology தான். Yes. I kindly request you, please switch on your video for some time. I kindly request you, please switch on your video. Yes. Session madam. சொல்லுங்க. Yes. Please switch on your video for some time. Nivedita, Hari. Yes. What about others? Priya? Okay. Welcome. Others? Dr. Chandra, can you able to hear me?
I hear you, sir.
Hello? Okay. They're joining now. Yes. Okay. So before begin my presentation, can you able to see what I'm having in my hand? Can you able to see?
Sir, your video is off, sir. Yeah.
Video is off. Okay.
Oh,
And in that case, then
we can
power.
see, sir. Now we can see.
Okay, fine. And so, yes, keep in your mind. And just I'll move on to that presentation. I'll take the quick statistics about the research. I give input regarding that. What is the benefit out of becoming a stress management specialist? Stress management now recorded by, you can take any leading organization, UNICEF, World Health Organization, UNESCO. These are the international organization, and their data shows that irrespective of developmental stages, childhood, adolescence, youth, adult and elderly population, irrespective of developmental stages, stress is one of the mental health problem. You can see all the development stages. For example, depression you cannot see in the young stages. In children you cannot see, but the only mental health problem that is related, you can find in all the developmental stages are stress and anxiety. Stress and anxiety, you can see all the developmental stages, and you can see according to them. I will give one statistics here. For example, what is the population of you can tell me what is the population of India? What is the size of India? In global, whatever it may be, you can give the approximate number, not exactly. Yes, 1.1 billion, okay. $130 crore in India. Worldwide, it comes around how many crore? Approximately
7 billion, sir.
7 billion, 700 crore. Am I right? So the statistics are saying that one-third of population, nearly in India alone, more than 45 crore people are under stress. And take that global perspective, nearly 250 crore people are having stress. And for them, among the population, just about these many populations are experiencing stress, and how many percentage are aware about they are having the stress? That is the second question. The first question, the statistics saying that out of the population, the whole population, one-third of population are under stress. Among one-third of population, if you ask them, how many of them they are aware about they are under stress? And for that question, the awareness is there for only 17% of people. 17% of people are aware about they are experiencing some kind of stress. And remaining 83% of population are not having any awareness about the stress. So these are basic statistics about stress, and then I'll move on to that. Can you able to see the screen, Dr. Chandra?
Yes, sir, we can see.
Okay. Okay. First, again, thank you for joining here, and just I'll move on to that. So I'm going to, as I said, I'm going to give one statistics about the facts about stress around the world. One of the reports saying that about 33% of people said that they are having the extreme level of stress. Extreme level of stress. That means nearly 250 crore people are having stress. And it doesn't mean that the remaining population are not having stress. Yes, they too having the stress, but the level of stress may be mild and moderate level. For example, if I can able to manage my stress, if I can able to handle my stress, if I can able to cope my stress, that one comes under that category. The extreme level of stress is there nearly 1/3 of population. So that's the first. And second one is 77% of people experienced. They said that if I am having the stress, that directly or indirectly affect my physical health. And if somebody, if you ask them what's the problem, if there is any physical problem, if you get back and trace the root cause of the problem, you can find out that stress is the root cause of the many of the physical health problem. Okay, 77% of people. And 73% of people having the stress. 73% of people who are consistently exposed to the various kind of stress, they are the vulnerable people for mental health problem. And when you ask them whether their mental health is good or not, they will say that they are having the poor mental health. But majority of the reason is stress. And those are having sleep problems, sleep disturbances. 43% of people, those are having that sleep problem. It is only the cause for that sleep problem is on stress. If they are stressed, irrespective of that childhood and adolescence and adult or old age people, and nearly 50%, nearly 50%. Okay, if they experiencing stress that directly cause their sleep, and they are having the sleep-related problem. Okay. And another statistic is about the school students. When it comes to that health condition of the school students, they found that number one health concern among the high school children are stress. High school children, especially when you look at that 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. Among these four categories, you can go to that 10th SSLC and then the grade 10 and then grade 12. And these two are more vulnerable. And they are having a lot of academic stress, social stress, and expectations from the family members, expectations from the school, expectations from the community, that also leads a lot of stress. And they found it as one of the main concerns. And 80% of people, those are working. Irrespective of work, even if it is an actor, even if it is an engineer, even if it is an collector, whatever it may be, they said that 80% of people, they feel stress at workplace. Even you all agree with me that it is a common fact. And another is that there was a study conducted among 143 countries. Okay, globally they conducted study 143 countries, and 35%, an average. When you take that an average of, you can go to the developed country or developing country or underdeveloped countries. There's no classification. Take consolidated, and you can see it is an average 35%. That doesn't mean that some of the countries are less stressed and some of the countries are high stress. Standard deviation varies. Standard deviation, as you all know, that normal probability curve, which means an average 35% of population around the world having stress. And some of the countries are more vulnerable, are more prone to that more high stress. And 57% of population, they feel that, I think even I too had a feeling that once when I was doing my PhD, at the time of submitting my report, I think it is a highly stressful situation because we do the corrections recommended by the research supervisor, and we will make the corrections. And when we go with that, and we have to go to the head of the department, and he will do the same. He will do some other correction at the moment of submission. Think about it. The moment I have to submit my report before 5 p.m., I submitted my report in the morning. Okay. And I felt I was, when I was giving that report to that head of the department, he told me that, no, you have to make the corrections. My name, you have to put doctor here and then PhD there, and small h, you have to put it, not capital H. For one word, he asked me to change. And it is practically not possible to rebind the report and then submit within that stipulated time. And I was collapsed, and many of my friends know that. I think here, this is my experience. I think you all and some of you may witness somebody who has this kind of stress problem. And they will be paralyzed. They may not have any idea, and they cannot make any decision at all. So that kind of experience situation they will be there. And another statistics, nearly 63% of workers, those are working, it may be any kind of work. They are having the mindset that they want to quit the job. They want to avoid the job. And they want to not take up the job which gives more stress to the people. That's why you can see risk-taking behavior among the youngsters are very less. Risk-taking behavior are very less. They will say that, okay, I'm here, I will settle down in my native place alone. I don't want to take any risk at all. I don't want to take any stress in my life. And 35% of workers, and they are having the stress. Who is the root cause for the stress? Who is the root cause for the stress? And they said that their bosses or supervisors are the main root cause for the stress. Who is the main root cause? The boss is the main root cause of the stress. And nearly 76% of workers, they admitted that workplace stress has a huge impact on the person relationship. And you can take a statistics about number of cases filed for divorce. The relationship conflict among husband and wife, relationship conflict among the co-workers in the working place, relationship conflict among the parent and children, relationship conflict among the community members are very high. Where now recent days we can take, need not to go anywhere else. Just get down from your home and then look at that street. And you can look at the street, and in your neighbors or in your family or in your community, you can see these kind of things. Because of stress, there are many good relationships that are broken. And when come to the men and women, who is suffering a lot because of stress? With regard to that relationship, I can say that 79% of men said that, yes, the stress what we are experiencing that cause or affect the relationship, personal relationship with their spouse, with their wife. Okay, but when it comes to that female gender, female having more, naturally they are having more coping strategy than male. So that's why they are having 61% of female or women are having that personal relationship problem. But at the same time, when you look at that male, it is nearly 20% high among the men. And who is the responsible for stress? When you ask this question, and the data saying that among the adult population, 36% of adult population, they reported that they are experiencing stress because of their friends or the loved one, means the family members or the wife or the husband. And that leads to long-term health conditions. And I think you all know that there is types of stress we are going to discuss in the later stage, where you will know that acute and chronic stress. Acute and chronic stress. When you are that continuous exposure to stress, if you expose to stress for continuously, I think at one point of time we cannot be able to bear our stress. I will give one example here, and you can see. Can you able to see my hand? I'll stop the. Yeah, okay. I'll also here finger. Just imagine that. Okay, I'll take one more. So this is a nail cutter. I'll take a stick or something. Oh. So can you able to see my screen? What I'm holding in my hand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See here, there is our particular stage. It can be able to feel. After that, it will broken. See, it will broken, and you can see I'm giving that again. So there is a wire is here. I'm having the nail cutter. At one point of time, I'm giving the pressure right now. Right now, I'm starting right now. At one point of time, it will cut down. It will cut down. What is the point? What we can say that's called threshold. Threshold vary from person to person. You cannot say that person having a high level of stress coping, so that's why I want to have more exposure on stress. No. Stress coping vary from person to person, and stress coping more among female than male. That was a study. Okay, and when we are continuously exposed to more and more stress, that leads to poor health condition. Our health condition will be very deteriorating, and it is very difficult to come back to the normal. And I can say that one more thing I can. Those are working in a rehabilitation center. Rehabilitation center where who got broken or depressed or somewhere they are collapsed, cognitively or emotionally, whatever it means, behavioral component, and we can able to see those people. When we ask them what was the work they were engaged previously when they coming into that particular stage, they found that they are in mostly they were in a place, for example, editing. The movie editing, it is a highly stressful job. But when they were ranking about what is the most highly stressful job in the world, editing is a highly stressful job. And next one is the teaching. Many people, they will comment that teaching is a very easiest task. Anyone can do that. They are getting more salary. But fortunately, it is saying that 75% of teachers are not having that ability to cope with stress. Unbearable stress they are experiencing. And I hope you can proportionate that. Why the 75%? 18% of institutions are government, and 70 remaining are private institutions. So you can correlate. So the beginning itself also I given that due to stress, there are many people, they lost their sleeping. When you have the problem and when you meet the psychiatrist or any clinical psychologist, the first question you will face from them is the first question they will ask you whether your sleep is good or not. They say that yes, I'm having good sleep. Okay, and immediately they will say they won't go. They will say that there's a problem not related to that sleep, and most of the mental health problem are rooted or connected to the sleep component. Most of the problem. So we have to understand that sleep is very, very important for us, and stressful people having difficulty in getting into sleep, or they may have that poor sleep quality. And when you look at that, some people 6 months back, I met my friend. He was very healthy person and a very good, charming person. Due to that heavy workload, and you can see why you are not looking good and your weight also comes down. This kind of words you may hear. Especially your mother will identify and will say that. Even for a gram decrease or increase, they will notice and then inform them. People who are constantly experiencing or exposed to the depression and stress, which is directly linked to the physical complication deterioration. And okay, so there is one more statistics. What it's saying that those, for example, I am the person, I'm experiencing stress. If I'm experiencing stress, among all the people who are experiencing stress, 60% they try to self-harm. 60% of people, they do the self-harming. And 32% of people are having suicidal thoughts. When you want to save many people, many lives, you can go to that suicidal thought. You try to focus on the stress. If you minimize and enable them to overcome the stress, and there are many problems you can overcome. The root, what we can say that the main root is the stress. And nearly 37% of adults, what they reported, they said that when they were stressed, they feel more lonely. There is one proverb is there: lonely mind is a playground for devils. When you are lonely, there are unnecessary thoughts, unnecessary things comes in your mind. And the stressful people feel more lonely, and that, for example, sometime when you stuck audio, the same line will be repeated again and again. The same line repeated again and again. So loop, what we can say in computer, they will say that loop. Problem again that will come. A small problem in the, it's like a spiral. Barbara Fredrickson is on a founder of positive emotions school. She said that there are two kinds of spirals there. One is upward spiral and another one is downward spiral. In the morning, if you are experiencing stress, that will lead to downward spiral. That means one stress, it will lead to sadness, worry, depression, anxiety, and all the negative components will be developed in one person. At the same time, if it is a stress-free person, it leads to happiness, gratitude, forgiveness. This kind of positive attitude will come. Okay. And 36% of women, they said that they reported, they revealed that high level of stress because of that physical appearances, body image. Why? Do you know the reason for that? Can you please guess? At the same time, this kind of problem is there among men also. We cannot say that only women have stress because of body image. Men also having 23%. But 36% of women having stress because of body image alone, because the media portrayal, the media and even the movies, all the celebrities, they are looking for a zero body image, zero size. Practically, there was one study, I was curious to know how many percentage of people are having zero size. The study is saying that 5% of population. What about the 98%? 98% are not that having a zero size. But other people, they are thinking that self-image, the body image is not appropriate. So they feel very bad about it, and that bad feeling leads to stress. And with regard to the college students, that's why I said, when you are master about stress management properly, and if some client comes to you, for example, I am the person and I am the stress. If I am coming to you, and you are the counselor, if you solve mostly, as I said, stress is the root cause for all other problems. If it is a sleeping problem or other problem, the base will be stress. If 3 persons are coming to your counseling center, actually, one person must have this stress. And if you effectively manage or overcome the stress in that person, and the tipping point is a word. Are you aware about that word, tipping point? Anyone? If not, if you know, please let me know.
Is it the threshold point, sir?
Tipping point, threshold point, somewhat close, but tipping point is word of mouth. That is a marketing strategy. What they will do now, if I do some suggestions to you, okay, if it works for you, I need not to go for any advertisement. That person will say to that 100 people, see, I had a stress for last 1 year or 1.5 months, and I met him, and he's the person, I don't know, magically he given a strategies to overcome my stress. That word of mouth, that is called tipping point. Tipping point is on like what we can say, gray point communication, gossips. Like it spread like anything. It spread like on COVID-19, novel corona, new corona. Likewise, it will spread. And once if you done that, and you will be master. And another thing, when come to the college students, now you are aware about it. If you are having master degree and you are having high chances are there, the new education policy are saying that every institution must have one counselor, not clinical psychologist, no doubt. One counselor, and they given the classification also. There are many categories they are given. When you have the time, you can go to the website and you can see. One is about NCERT, National Council of Education, Research and Training, and another one is about Ministry of Higher Education, Ministry of Education. Now they are renamed it Ministry of Education, where you can go. There are two components: other school and college education, higher education. In school education, they given the qualification for if you want to become a counselor, masters in psychology, one qualification, or any degree, 1 year diploma or PG diploma in counseling. You can look at that, or B.Ed degree, or diploma in 6-month program in counseling. So these were the required qualifications if if you are appointed as a counselor. So I think when there were many cases were reported in IIT, IIM, they reported that many suicidal cases. The Supreme Court ordered that every institution must have one counselor, and almost all these institutions are having clinical psychologists, and they now they said that they given importance to counseling psychology, master degree also they are allowed, and two of my friends are working in Central University of Amarkantak, and they two of my students, not my friend, two of my students, they very freshers after their graduate PG, they were appointed as an counselors. Why it is? Because there are many students, even you can take yourself, you can introspect yourself. At one point of time, you may encounter anxiety. You may be depressed. Your academic performance may have the fluctuations, and there are high chances are there. Some students in a classroom may have the family issues. The relationship problem may occur with their classmates and the teachers. And these problems may there. 61% of college students are seeking for counseling for this kind of problem. And stress is another hidden component. Anxiety and stress are more highly related. Okay. 8 in 10 college students experience frequent bouts of stress. If you take 10 students randomly, for example, here, how many of us they are attending here? As a team, we are here around 11 members. Among 11 members, 8 of us, we may have the certain level of stress. So that is a study saying that. And less than 25% of people with depression and stress are having that access to mental health treatment. And when you take that, how many institutions are there in India? How many universities are there in India? I'm giving one example. In that education setting alone, industry alone, there are another component. In community, there is another component. Geriatric is another component. There's one area I can say that geriatric, if you specialize in taking care of geriatric mental health, you are having very good prospects. Very good prospects. If you keep yourself, and likewise for child psychology also. These two are very hot cake, I can say, in the field. Okay. And they are not having the access. So you have to equip yourself. There are many of us, including me, I can say level 4, including me, we are having that adequate knowledge, adequate information. But at the same time, when you ask ourselves whether we are having the skill, to take care of the mental health problem, if it is so, there are many of them are lacking that. Many of them are not having that adequate skill at all. And I hope that's why I said, when you are master in stress management alone, 1 out of 3 claim those are coming to your counseling or for guidance or whatever it may be, and you have to give that treatment to stress management alone. I will give one data. You are aware about it, astronomy. How many of you are believing astronomy? If you give answer, then only I will continue. Otherwise, I will not continue. I will stop here. How many of you are aware about astronomy, astrology? Astrology, what do you mean by that? And what is the connection between astrology and psychology? Especially therapist. This little, what about others?
Sir, my opinion about astrology is, sir, if sir, if our horoscopes are being analyzed and said something about the future forecast, if some coincidence also, if it happens, we start believing it. Sir. That is the relation between our psychology and that thing. I feel, in my opinion, it is that way, sir.
Okay, I'll tell you.
If it doesn't happen, we start blaming. That is wrong. That's it.
So once to test these things, a psychologist, what he has done, he given a notification in a leading newspaper. Okay, what is the advertisement? If you have any kind of problem, you can approach me. I will give a cure for your any kind of problem. So after seeing that advertisement in the newspaper, he received around 10,000 applications for their problem. Okay, everyone saying about a different problem, and he wrote a common letter. See, understand that he wrote one letter. Okay, now you are in a crisis time, and it is because of Ketu or Chandra. Likewise, he said that, like your name only, because these planets are not favoring to your star or moon sign. So, what are the things you have to do? That he given some suggestion. You can use positive affirmation, and likewise, there are few strategies he suggested, and he taken that 10,000 photocopy of the same letter, and he changed the name of the person in all the letters, and he sent to all the people. What was the amazing thing, it is there in that review. I'll share you the finding. 35% of they replied to him. 35, nearly 1/3 of people replied to them. Thank you for your inputs. I now overcome my problem because of your wonderful magical word, magical inputs for our problem. What he said that the common thing for all the people, irrespective of any kind of problem they face, we take in photocopy and forward it. For that, it hasn't. 35% of people said that yes, your inputs are working for me. Now you come to that. As I said, if you meet four person, and if you talk very cordially and accept, see when the counseling comes, and I used to say that listen to them. Active listening. You listen to them what they are saying. When you do that active listening alone, you can cure that. You can solve the problem 80%, and 10% you can take up that. You can suggest or facilitate appropriate strategy of take. That's all. And I can say, for example, to understand the concept of stress. So that is the next point we are going to discuss. To share the presentation. So this is a point we are going to discuss now. To understand the concept of stress, there are many of you aware about it. A classical example in WhatsApp and Facebook or different social media. Can anyone tell me what was that? To understand the stress, a professor who told, and he entered the classroom and he told something. That is a classical example for stress. What is that?
Sir, can you please repeat your question, sir?
For understanding the stress, there are in many social media platform, network platform, we can see there is a common example is there. A professor who entered with a bottle. Okay, that is a can. Okay, he entered with a can. To explain the stress to the population, he will show the bottle to him, and he asked one person, he will ask them to show his hand like this, hold the bottle in his hand. Okay. How many hours he can able to hold? In the first 2-3 minutes, he won't feel any pain at all. But he should not move his hand. At one point of time, just hold anything, and if you are moving anything and if you are not having any thinking and focus on that, at one point of time, and you feel stress. Even now, I feel stress. So if it is on 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, there is a point will be that there is a threshold level where this will be broken and his muscles will be broken. There are, if I give this example, you can able to correlate. The children nowadays are having the muscle tone fracture. Muscle tone fracture is a very common problem among the children because they are holding the mobile phone longer time for playing the games and other things. And you can see this neck pain also. There are some people may face because of poor posture when they are holding or using the gadgets. A point in which the person who is experiencing pain, that is called stress. It's called stress. Okay, I'll come to here. To understand the concept of stress, there are one more thing you have to understand that. I think you can able to see the video of mine, and I'm having the rubber band. Okay, Now it is a normal. I'm leaving it normal, okay? Just I'm holding and I'm giving the, whether it is a normal state or stressed. Anyone please let me know whether this one is normal or this one is normal.
The first one is normal, sir.
Very good. The first one is normal and this stage is stressed. Okay, what gives stress to this rubber band? Now we are saying it is unstressed. This rubber band is stressed. What gives stress to this rubber band?
Your pull, sir.
Yeah, I'm pulling now that. What is the name for that? The technical name for that?
Tensile stress.
Sorry.
Tensile tension, sir. Tension.
Yes. Tensile
Stress.
Right. Thank you. What we can call otherwise called stressors. A thing which creates stress, that is called stressors. Now we will understand the basic concept. What is stress? What is stressors? What are the different types of stressors? There is one kural in Tamil. Noi nadi, noi mudal nadi, adudanikum vai nadi vaipul, which means when you want to solve any kind of problem, you must understand the root cause of the problem. Here, for the stress, many of us we are focusing on the stress, but many of us we miss out the stressors, the causes. In other way, in layman perspective, what we can say, the causes for the stress. Okay, and if we know that exactly what causes, exactly if we know that what is the cause for the stress, and we can able to overcome the stress. And I will move on to that. You can see there are two pictures here. You can see two pictures here. The first one, second one. What you can see here? The smiley ball, or otherwise if you Google it, it will say that stress relieving ball. Smiley ball or stress relieving ball. And those people are stressed towards somebody else. They imagine that, for example, I was stressed by my boss. Or if I was stressed by my teacher. And I hold that smiley ball. Just a minute, I am having that. Yes, here you can see. So what you can do that you can hold this ball and then crush it. Imagine that person who gives stress to that. And this one is stressed. And you are relaxed, normal. Stress, normal. Stress, normal. There is one interesting strategy we can use for stress management. Jacobson's progressive muscle relaxation technique. Okay. Now I hope you all understand that. But this one is normal. And when you give that pressure or tension to that particular thing, that is called stress. And what gives the stress is called stressor. Stressor is a cause for that. And when we understand that in the term, we have to keep in our mind. For example, if you see cockroach, some people they are scream and run away from the place, and some people they stand idle and they won't get anything. Our reaction, that is our response to that particular stimuli, that cockroach is some stimuli. Okay, our response to the particular stimuli, that is called, we can say that our mind and body reacts into that real or imagined threat. And some people are having the stress because imagine that, okay, you may not done any mistake, but imagine that, okay, someone will going to scold me and I'm going to become the victim. For the marriage time, now when you change your home from your mother family to husband family, or when you change your one institution to other institution, and if you are attending an event, and it is a highly, these are the things, our response, how we are, some people are very cool. I can give one example in cricket. Mahendra Singh Dhoni. He is not, most of the time he won't reveal any kind of stress at all. But at the same time, you can see more aggressive and more stress is on Virat Kohli. More aggressive and more stress. So our reaction to that may be real or imagined one. That is called stress. Okay. And for example, there is a change. If there's an academic, there's a change that causes our physical body, emotion, and psychology. Physical, emotional, cognition. If these three parts will be strained. And when we go back to the history of stress, actually, stress is not common to psychology. Even I too thought that these terms were used in psychology, but actually these terms were used in physics. Okay, physics is the term. The stress was used, as I given on that when we were broken something, at one point of time it will be broken, and that point is called stress in physics. And the stress management, to understand the stress, the theory was proposed by many people. One of the founding fathers is an Hans Selye. Hans Selye is a very popular theory is there, and I will do share in your WhatsApp group a measurement to know about your stress meter. Stress meter, it will say that how extent you are stressed, and at what time you need to give and focus on that. For example, if you are having the car or bike, there will be a meter will be showing that the oil level. The oil level goes beyond the particular level, it will give a red alert. Okay, the red color alert will come. And if it is a moderate, it will show yellow color. If it is an expected, more than expected level, it will show green level. Likewise, that stress meters are there. We can use those stress meter to understand that our level of stress. And now we are jumping into the stressors. Something that causes strain or tension is called stressors. Anything that gives, now here I am giving that stress. Here I am giving the stress. So here I am the stressor. A person who is responsible for the stress or the situation or even that responsible for stress is known as stressors. It may be anything, it may be biological or chemical or environment or external stimulus, whatever it may be. It may be anything. There are many sources out there. And here we are having two kinds of internal components. One is about internal, another one is external. What is internal? Internal means my thought process, my belief system, my attitude. As I said, some people they are afraid about cockroach. Some people they are afraid about lion. And some people they may not be. So the thought process, what causes them, that leads to stress. That is an internal component. My belief system, I believe that sometimes I can say that when you see that newborn babies, when they see somebody else, they scream at all, they will not go very close to them, they are very afraid of them. Why? Why? And some of them, when they look at them, they laugh, they smile, and then they will move without any hesitation. We also experience these kind of things. Because belief, evolutionary belief system. The internet and external, there is a loss. If you have a 1 lakh mobile phone which is broken, then you feel external component. And tragedy, accident, there is a change in your place. So these were the two types of internal and external. This is one classification. There are many classifications out here. There is one more classification: physiological and another is psychological stressors. Physiological stressors or physical stressors, you can have that amazing strategy. I can say that massage, your mother will do like this, and you feel all kind of stress will go away. When she do like this, that's enough. So the massage, head massage, and we feel more relaxed. For physical stressors, it will help, but for psychological stressors, it won't help. Some extent, it will help. And here, for example, the temperatures, if it is very high and low, also that causes injury. We are having that a pain in a particular place for a longer period of time. The illness we are encountering, these are the things, physical stressors, I can say example for physical stressors. And psychological stressors are, can you able to hear me? It's showing that my network fluctuations.
Can hear you, sir.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. And another physiological and psychological stressors, and another one is absolute and relative stressors. What is absolute stressors? If I give the example, you can able to understand that tsunami, earthquake for natural disasters. It is a very common. If you see that things are universal, that COVID-19. So these are called absolute stressors. Relative stressors are it's totally different from that. For example, workplace stress, the traffic. Okay, when you pay more taxes, so you are working and you are earning more money, if you pay more tax, that will come from the relative stressors. Examination writing also gives stress. Okay. And here there are other components of stressors are here. Environmental, our daily activities like life changes, workplace, chemical, those are using drugs and alcohols. Tobacco use also cause stress. Social stressors. I remember that one of my friend, when he was stressed, he go for smoking. Whenever he feel that stress, he used to smoke. In a day, he will go more than 1 or 2 packets. He believed that reduces stress. Actually, this is called negative coping mechanism. Thumb sucking and smoking are negative coping mechanism. They believe that gives gratification to them, but actually that increases the stress level of the person. The frequency, that what we can say, consistency of the stress. The more frequent the stress, they will be exposed. They may experience this. And here are the common classification of stress. We can say good stress and then bad stress. Okay. And another classification is positive stress, tolerable stress, toxic stress. What is positive stress? If you are not having stress, you will not do any kind of work at all. You will not do any kind of work. Okay. And the tolerable means, as I said, threshold. Certain areas, some resilience power is there, we can able to tolerate. If your life partner is scolding in that public place, you can able to tolerate 1 or 2 times. At one point of time, you will burst out them or it will revert back to them. Even it is happening for friends or any kind of tolerable. If it is beyond the tolerable level, we can say toxic. What is called? Prolonged. That's a word. More and more exposure that particular stress situation are, they are more vulnerable. And here you can see acute, episodic, and chronic. We will say that only on a full moon day he will be stressed. Only on a weekend he will be stressed. That is called episodic. Acute, that sudden chronic stress means longer period of time. And here you can see stress, it will affect our cognition, emotion, and psychomotor. Cognition, emotion, psychomotor. The triple H, right? Heart, hand. And there are 2 types, good stress and then bad stress. Good stress is called eustress. Bad stress is called distress. Okay. This is a classification. There are many causes are there. Many causes. One is on a physical health condition of a person. There is a problem in our home and interpersonal relationship conflict, occupation, the workplace stress. Financial burden also causes stress. There are many causes are there. We can say the change, loss of loved one, uncertain future. You are not having any future at all. When we are wasting the time, procrastination, disorganization, we are not having any plan at all, lack of interest, burnout, and over-perfection. These were the things that causes for I'm giving that common. There are many causes are there. If you look at the symptoms of a stressed person, the common symptoms are we can classify into cognitive, affective, and psychomotor. What are the symptoms we can see in cognitive? Memory problem will be very common among the people. They are having the inability to concentrate. They will make a poor judgment, poor problem solving skill we can see in a person. And when you look at the person who talk only negative things, because the person is stressed. They only talk about negative things means they are stressed. They are more anxious. They are having more constant worry. And other emotion symptoms we can see they are very moody in nature, irritable and short temper we can see in a person, agitation, feeling overwhelmed, and loneliness and isolation, depression and general unhappiness. And finally, physical symptom. pain, joint pain, access, diarrhea and constipations are very common symptoms for stress. Chest pain, rapid heartbeat will be there. Loss of involvement, interest in sex and other related components. Frequent cold. So these were the signs and symptoms of the person. And there are for stress management, I can say some of the things. If you are watching here, what you can do hold like this for a minute. It's more relaxed. When you take out your hand, when you hold your head here like this, and give a stress. You do, and you feel more relaxed in your shoulder. More relaxed, and you can do stretch. You can do stretch. Do that muscle contrast. Just do that here and there, and you feel more relaxed. For physical stress, we can do these kind of things. As I said, now massage. Here you can do here. Back side. So these are the exercises, stretching exercises you can do, and I think some simple exercises we can do when the first time when we are entering into the physical education, the teacher will say that, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So these kind of things, when we do that, we feel more relaxed. So these are the physical stress management, neck and shoulder and stretching, massage we can take for overcoming the stress. Exercise, as he said, now lifestyle is very important. If you are not doing walking for at least 30 minutes in a day, you are more vulnerable to stress. More vulnerable. And sleep management. Proper sleep you must have. And diet and nutrition, some of the food items that will naturally help you to boost your immune system and manage your stress. Breathing. That has a huge impact on our stress management. Mindfulness breathing. Mindfulness breathing, I'll share the video of Dr. Srinivasan sir. He is a professor of, he's a senior psychiatrist of Coimbatore. He shared one of the guided breathing exercise, guided meditation. Amazing. And you can see that picture. You can do these kind of things. And the stretching, you see here, stretching exercise. And massage. The exercise you can do, skipping any kind of thing. Quality sleep, 8 hours, diet, of bed, and breathing exercises, in and out. Relax. So with that, I can stop here, and I will do join again. I hope the basic inputs will help you to understand that need for stress management. And I said that what is stress, what are the stressors, what are the different types of stress. With that, I can stop here, and if you have any questions, please let me know. I will share my presentation with you all. Okay. Thank you. Over to you, Dr. Chandra.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the introduction to stress, the stressors and different kinds that we can overcome stress. I think, sir, in a way that the two sessions that we had today have a strong relation between what it is and how to handle it in a better way, sir. So I have to add also that saying, if we don't do exercises, sir, it is found that our cells are dying inside and it is very hard to reverse it, and we are becoming older very soon. So if we really carry about our physical thing and the body image, I think the first thing we have to care is doing exercises. So with that note, I'm very thankful to you for your time and explaining to us in detail about the stressors and stuffs. So if the participants, if you have any questions to ask, sir, we can go on. Otherwise, we can wind up the day. Any questions you have got to ask?
We can take it in a WhatsApp because the time is too much. This time will give stress to them. So
Anyways, sir, thank you very much, and thank you for the participants for being present in the session today. See you all tomorrow in the same link with the two another sessions at the same time. Thank you. Bye-bye.
We'll meet tomorrow.